Hello everybody, it's Mike from Vox Political, and today I have something to say about the policies and philosophy of Reform UK. It's bound to get supporters of that party riled up, so if you are among them, please watch to the end. Anyone who approves is urged to press the like button, comment and subscribe to get more from this channel. Let's dive in. Coverage of Reform UK's local election victories on Vox Political seem to have upset supporters of that party. Oh dear, how sad. Their comments are mostly abusive, but here's one that caught the eye of your obedient servant, which I represent exactly as it appeared on YouTube. Stop talking nonsense. Reform is for the working people who are sick and tired of high taxes, climate change agenda, and asylum seekers who are living better than some hard-working taxpayers. I suggest you watch Climate Change the Movie, which is really a brilliant documentary with top scientists, botanists and geologists who have proven 100% with their data that climate change is the biggest scam ever. The documentary shows it is not CO2 that is a threat. It does not have anything to do with the Earth's temperature. They show how they collect the data that cannot lie, how the government stops any funding, or you lose your job if you oppose the climate change theory. Let's consider those claims. The commentator claims that reform is for the working people, but let's look at the policies and rhetoric to see if that holds water. So firstly, they're against workers' interests. A low-tax, small-state ideology sounds appealing until you realise it means less investment in the NHS, schools, transport and housing, services working-class people rely on the most. Cutting waste in councils is code for job losses in outsourcing, hitting local government workers and service users alike. Opposition to remote working is about control and ideology, not productivity. It's regressive, not reformist. Being pro-business and not pro-worker, Reform UK's economic model draws on the Elon Musk school of slash and burn governance that benefits shareholders and corporate interests, not delivery drivers, carers or warehouse workers. Their climate rollback would protect fossil fuel giants, not the average family facing rising energy costs and flooding. Think about it. The most expensive form of energy generation is gas, which Reform UK wants to protect. We need to phase it out and rely on cheaper forms of electricity and energy generation. Weaponizing migration. The claim that asylum seekers live better than taxpayers is simply false. Most asylum seekers live in shared accommodation, are barred from working, and receive just over £6 a day for food, clothes and essentials. Meanwhile, Reform UK stokes resentment towards them while saying little about the actual causes of economic strain: housing shortages, underinvestment and wage stagnation, all worsened by deregulation and austerity. Reform UK may speak to working class voters, but their policies serve the interests of wealthy elites, climate deniers and right-wing ideologues. Climate the Movie is a scam dressed as science. The film mentioned by the commenter, Climate the Movie, The Cold Truth, released in 2024 by Martin Durkin, has no credibility in mainstream climate science. It is not an impartial documentary. It is a propaganda film produced by a long-time climate denialist. Key problems with the film include discredited experts. Many of the so-called top scientists featured have no credentials in climate science, and several are linked to fossil fuel lobby groups. Misuse of data. The film cherry-picks graphs, misrepresents trends, and ignores the overwhelming consensus, more than 97% among climate scientists, that human-caused CO2 emissions are driving global warming. And funding claims are false. Government and independent bodies, including skeptics, do fund a wide range of climate research. The idea that dissenters lose their jobs is a myth used to portray denial as bravery. The scientific consensus. Every major scientific institution on Earth, including NASA, the NOAA, the UK Met Office, the Royal Society, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, agree that climate change is real, human-caused, and a growing threat. So what can I conclude? The commentator is a great example of what happens when right-wing populist messaging meets YouTube misinformation. Reform UK and this film offer easy answers to complex problems, but those answers are built on misleading narratives and the kind of anti-expert sentiment that was originally championed by the Conservative Michael Gove. Anti-Tory reform voters would do very well to think carefully about that. These reform supporters. One of them said I should sort out the way I look. Well, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about that. The wind changed. I'm stuck like this. And I'm still prettier than most of Reform UK's policies. That's all I have to say for now. Like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And you'll see me in the next one, as rough as I look.